The final score says the Knicks survived San Antonio 94-90. But the final score does not always show who controlled the rhythm of the game, because in this matchup, Victor Wembanyama did not need to score on every possession to leave his mark. He controlled space, he controlled rebounds, he controlled pressure, and for long stretches, he controlled the timing of the game. This is Kairos Playbook, the story behind the score. At Q1, 11:35, Jalen Brunson starts by attacking the paint. He gets downhill, creates separation, and tries to finish with a floating jumper. But the shot rolls off. That miss matters because every miss creates the next battle. Who controls the possession after the shot? At Q1, 10:43, Wembanyama answers. It is not a three. It does not immediately change the scoreboard, but it ends a Knicks possession. That is control. Then at Q1, 10:06, Wembanyama is called for a foul as the possession continues. This is part of the hidden battle. Not every important play is clean. Sometimes the game is decided by positioning, contact, and who gets to the ball first. The Knicks respond at Q1, 9:55. Karl Anthony Towns tracks the miss and grabs the board. That is New York fighting for second chances. One missed shot becomes another opportunity. One possession becomes extra pressure on the defense. But then Wembanyama turns activity into points. At Q1, 9:44, he runs the floor, takes Stephon Castle's setup, and throws it down. That is the full picture of his impact. One moment, he is involved in the possession battle. The next moment, he is finishing at the rim. That is what makes Wembanyama different. He can affect the game before he scores. Then, when the opportunity comes, he can turn that control into points. By the third quarter, the Knicks are still looking for answers. At Q3, 9:59, Brunson fires from long range, but the shot does not fall. That possession shows the pressure of the matchup. New York is still attacking, still searching, still trying to bend the Spurs' defense. And even when Wembanyama is not the direct defender on every play, his presence changes the feel of the floor. The paint feels smaller, the windows feel tighter, the timing has to be quicker. Then at Q4, 6:50, Wembanyama is called for another foul as the possession continues. Late in the game, every possession becomes heavier. A rebound matters, a foul matters, a missed shot matters, a reset matters, and that is the real story of this game. Wembanyama controlled stretches without just scoring, but the Knicks survived. At Q4, 0.0, the final period winds down. The game reaches its closing moment, and New York holds on. Final score, Knicks 94, Spurs 90. So this was not just a story about Wembanyama dominating. It was a story about control versus survival. Wembanyama controlled the rhythm for stretches, but the Knicks won the moments that decided the game. This is the story behind the score. This is Kairos Playbook.